Hey everyone, and thanks for jumping back into the cryptoverse. Today, we're going to talk about Ethereum. We're going to be looking at the valuation against the US dollar and against Bitcoin. If you guys like the content, make sure you subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, and also check out the Telegram channel, which you can find a link to in the description below. Let's go ahead and jump in. So in this video, we're going to talk about the idea of this summer lull that we've been discussing. Okay, we discussed it over the last few months leading into the summer, that we could be coming up on a summer lull in the market while Bitcoin figures out what it's going to do. Okay, now interestingly though, we should also be keeping an eye on the 20-week SMA of the Ether USD valuation. Okay, if you look, if we actually go and look at Ether USD, we can see that in fact we have been coming down here to test the 20-week SMA. So we've been testing it a little bit. We've had a wick below it. On some exchanges, the wick went right to the 20-week SMA and the 21-week EMA. If you're curious where they currently range, the 20-week SMA is at $2,026 and the 21-week EMA is at $2,072. So not too far removed from the current prices. What you'll notice during times like this is that Bitcoin, anytime it continues to pull back, anytime it pulls back, it will continue to hammer the rest of the market. And we've been seeing the valuation of Ether Bitcoin go back down. Now, I would not expect this to change. I would not expect this trend to change until Bitcoin is out of this sort of downward spiral, okay? If Bitcoin remains in this just downward spiral where it just goes straight down, maybe pumps up every day or two, but then it goes back down further. In that case, in that situation, we would expect the valuation of Ethereum against Bitcoin to likely bleed. It's just that Ethereum cannot regain confidence if Bitcoin is dumping every single day. And so we would expect the valuation of Ethereum to bleed against Bitcoin. Now, if Bitcoin were to stabilize at some level, then yeah, Ethereum could start to look somewhat bullish again against Bitcoin. But typically the best time for Ethereum is when Bitcoin is above its 20-week moving average. Now that doesn't mean that it can't make moves against Bitcoin when it's below. A lot of times at bottoms, you might see Ethereum rebound quicker than Bitcoin. So we need to keep that in mind. But in the current market conditions that we're in right now, in the current conditions, as we continue to see Bitcoin go up every couple days and then pull back, we'll expect Ethereum to lose valuation against Bitcoin until this cycle stops. Okay, until this, and I don't mean like market cycle, I just mean this little Bitcoin mini cycle that it's in, where it's just going up, it's going down for a couple days and then going up and then down for a couple days and going up. More or less, this is not good for Ethereum. We've discussed the idea of a pause going into the summer because based on historical data, we've seen the valuation of Ethereum, the ROI, the 90-day ROI, tends to not do so well in the summer. And the average, again, is 1. And so that doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to lose money or make money. It just means on average, it's just not doing a whole lot. Now, any given year can be different. But one of the reasons that January and Q1 and sometimes Q2 can be, and to a certain extent in Q2, one of the reasons they can be quite bullish is because, while other times of the year are not as bullish. So I would say with Ethereum right now, the Ether Bitcoin valuation is not looking that attractive to me. Okay, it's not looking that attractive to me at the moment. And until Bitcoin is sort of out of this mode of just moving down every few days and then the slight day where it moves up, Bitcoin will continue to hammer altcoins hard, and Ethereum. Okay, I'm not considering Ethereum an altcoin, but it will continue to hammer the rest of the market. And that's just sort of the phase that we're in right now, right? We've been in these phases before. We've been in the phase when Bitcoin's, in price discovery mode and Ethereum's losing valuation. That was mostly over here. At least that wasn't even in price discovery mode yet. That was just when Bitcoin was going on its run to 20K. And then later on, when Bitcoin was in price discovery mode over here too, the Ethereum valuation against Bitcoin was bleeding. Now it's bleeding because Bitcoin is dropping, not because it's in price discovery mode. So this is another phase of the cycle where, as long as Bitcoin is putting in lower highs, every few days, then we would expect this trend to continue until we see Bitcoin do something different. Okay, I know this isn't necessarily the best news in the world, but this is just how the market works. Okay, so I wouldn't expect anything significant from Ethereum's valuation against Bitcoin until this downward spiral by Bitcoin stops. So hopefully that's at least somewhat informative to people that are sort of navigating these markets. If you guys like the content, make sure you subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, and also check out the Telegram channel, which you can find a link to in the description below. If you want to know how I'm navigating these markets, remember to check out the premium list. You can find a link to the sale in the description below. Thank you guys for tuning in. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye.